Hey guys, it's Paula Chess coming to you live from Boulder, Colorado. Checking in with you today. It's a day before Thanksgiving, and this is actually a time of the year that I actually do my goal setting and my vision boarding. And this time I want to share a little bit with you because I think it's, I've got a really fun thing that I'm going to share with you that is super easy to do. You know, you can even be a techno-tard, as I call my husband, a techno-tard, and put this thing together. And I'll tell you what, it's one of those things that has changed my life. I've had it for a couple of years, and it's a really, really fun, great thing to do. Now, what I want to share with you though first is some of the do's and don'ts about vision boarding. So, you know, one of the things that I always suggest to people that I talk to about, you know, how they can create the vision of their dreams, the life of their dreams, and have the lifestyle that they want, and, you know, really turn their passion and purpose into a paycheck. You know, when we talk about that, I talk about, you know, what are you doing every day in order to get to the goals that you're trying to get to. And so I want to talk a little bit about short-term and long-term here in just a moment. But before I do, let me talk a little bit about how some of the ways you can kind of trigger this, some of the things that you can do. You know, people go and they get magazines and stuff like that all the time, although these days we don't always have magazines because everything's so online. And it's very easy to get caught up sometimes on the online sites where you see, you know, it's kind of a little scammy sometimes, you know, make money from home this and have this lifestyle that, and there's, you know, never any proof behind it. But I think it's important to find the thing that resonates with you. So I think that it's always a good idea to kind of go into a bookstore, you know, go to Barnes & Noble, for example, and go start, you know, siphoning through some of the magazine racks and looking at some of the things that really resonate with you. Because I think what's important in this is to do two things. Number one, look at the things not only that resonate with you, but look also at the opposite side of it. You know, a lot of times we look through magazines and things, and something about that thing irks us. Maybe it's about, you know, too much money or too lavish, you know, or it just doesn't feel right for some reason, or, you know, maybe it's a person on a motorcycle and you have things against a motorcycle, or alcohol, and you know what I mean? You know, the point is that you want to look at some of the visions that are not your visions and get clear on the things you really don't want. Because when you get clear on the things you really don't want, you can get clear on the things you do want. So, you know, I encourage you to think about, you know, not only the things that you do want, but the things that you don't want, the things that you want to put aside, okay? And then really, really focus on the things that you do want. So that would be one of my biggest suggestions in putting together your vision board. You want to put a vision board together that's not just for now, but you want to put it together for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years down the line. And I think what's important is that if you can think that far out and really visualize what you love to do with your life, what you'd love to do with the passion that you have about certain something, if you'd love to really have something in your life, then it's okay to dream big, because if you don't, guess what? It's going to be one of those things you really don't try that hard for. So I think it's important to really start to dream big. Don't dream of just what's possible. Dream even about the things that are impossible. You know how many people have Oprah on their vision board, that they want to actually be on the Oprah show? Okay, I mean, there's, you know, something like, I think the number was like 500,000 people or something like that have professed that they have Oprah on their vision board. Now, if I had done this exercise when I was 17, I probably would have wanted to look like Farrah Fawcett and have Madonna sing at my wedding, right? The idea here is that we know that there are stories upon stories of people who have done this vision board exercise, and they've done it so much so that they've really visualized that one thing that they really wanted in their life, or, you know, many things that they really wanted in their life, so much so to the fact that the picture that they had on their vision board is the actual picture, for example, of the boat that they cruise on, or the house, the actual house sometimes even ends up being from the actual picture. The actual house is the one that they end up owning. I mean, stuff like that, stories like that have got to make you believe how powerful it really is. And so, you know, now that we know that power, you know, you've watched read books like, I'm sure, The Secret, and watched the Oprah show, and you've heard these stories and testimonials of people who have used it. And in my opinion, it's probably one of the biggest ways to utilize the law of attraction, because you're really sitting down, you're thinking about the things that you really want to have and do and be in your life. And what you need to do with that is make sure that you're visualizing it every single day. So with that, I want to share with you something. I'm gonna show you how to do this in just a moment. But before I do, there's two things that you're going to need. Number one is you're going to need, you know, something like a flash card or an SD card of some sort, somewhere to store your images. And then secondly, and this is where the fun thing is, instead of a vision board, what I've done for the last couple of years is this. It's a vision frame. Now this is an actual frame that rolls over and over all the things that I decide that I am. Because the two words I am are two of the most important words in the English language. When you profess I am anything, I am becoming, I am, those two words are basically make the universe deliver exactly what it is that you envision yourself to be. So I have so many I ams on here. This has quite a number of slides on here, but over and over this thing rotates and talks about my vision all day long. And guess where it sits? Right here on my desk. It's slightly out of my field of view, so it's not distracting me all day long. But the beautiful part of this thing is that it really keeps my vision in front of me all the time. So I would highly suggest that it's, I think you can buy these for anywhere between $30 to maybe $50 or $60. Some of them come with audio, which is kind of cool. And you can put in whatever music really inspires you, or you can just put on your Pandora, maybe a little soft meditative music, and kind of do something there too. Either way, this is just really a great way to be able to see your vision in front of you every day. I don't know about you, but for me, I don't really like the whole poster board, glue stick thing all over my wall. Call it, my interior decorating disease, but it's just one of the things that I have a pet peeve about. So for me, this is really a nice alternative. Excuse me. So let me share with you how to do this. I'm going to take you online here and show you the way. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, so here we are in Google, and I'm just going in and picking out some pictures. So for me, I know that I want to have a luxury home on the ocean, and so I like this particular, this first picture right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on that picture. I'm going to right click on it, and it brings up, of course, my menu, and I'm going to hit the Save Image As button. Save Image As, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to go into my picture file, and I'm going to go ahead and create, I have a folder called Dreams, Goals, and Intention, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to name it Luxury Home on Ocean as my file name. Okay, and typically it'll show you save as type or whatever. It's, you usually want a JPEG or a PNG type image, and I'm just go ahead and I hit the save button. So you can decide where you want to have it, what file, what folder, etc. You can create a new folder if you want. We can create one called November 27th 2013, and we can put it in there if we want. Luxury Home on Ocean. Hit save, and now we know it's gone there. Okay, so you want to do this for all kinds of things. Let's say you want to take a cruise to the Mediterranean. I would click on that button, go to the images in Google. So I'm going to take that one, I'm going to save the image as, and so you just keep doing this. See, I created this folder now, My Pictures, Dreams, Goals, and Intentions, and I have it inside that folder, and I'm going to hit the save button. And so you do this over and over and over again. And now, let's say that you get, 20, 30, however many images are important to you. What I then do is I go over to my PowerPoint, okay? And so I go into PowerPoint. I open up Microsoft PowerPoint. Most of you have this because it comes in your package for Office. It comes with your Word and Excel and all of that. And a lot of you have never used it. So I'm going to share with you something really, really easy to do. All you do is you open up your PowerPoint. Now, usually you'll get something like this, and you have titles and subtitles. I just like to go over here. You're already on the Home tab. You click on the new slide. You go and click a new blank slide. I actually get rid of this first one, just right click and delete that slide. So now I've got a nice clean blank slide. Okay, I'm going to do that over and over again. I'm going to duplicate it a couple of times, and this is how I'm going to start my vision board. And so now I go to Insert Picture, and then I go and I find that picture that I just made. Okay, so I'm going to My Pictures. Where are you? And then I go to Dreams, Goals, and Intention. I go to the folder that I just made, and I pick up all, let's just do it one at a time. I pick up the Luxury Home on the Ocean, and I click it in here, okay? And then what I do is I take this picture. Now I can do this one of two ways. I can, put something in writing. A lot of times it already has a background. Like you can go to Design, and for example, you can make like a nice
you know, any one of these is a nice little background. Okay, so let's say we pick something like this. Okay, I put my picture in there, and then maybe I might put some writing. I want to insert either a text box. I like to do word art, so let's just do word art and call it I own a home. Let's say I am in my luxury home on the ocean in Santa Barbara on July of 2014. All right, and so then you size it. So let's go ahead and click on that. Go back to the Home tab here where you can size it. You bring it down to, let's just make it about yay big. I'm going to move it up. Okay, and there we go. Okay, and you can do all kinds of fun things. You can put a picture frame around it. You can, you know, you can tilt it if you want. I like doing that sometimes. Okay, and you just keep doing this over and over. I'm on the next slide. Okay, so I just finished that first one. I go to the next one. I do insert. I hit a picture. I go to that cruise. And then I, you know, on that one, let's say I want to frame that one in black. And here I insert my word art again. I am on my cruise to the Mediterranean. I don't even know how to spell that. Mediterranean. I think that's close. I'm on my cruise to the Mediterranean with my family, June 30th, 2014. Okay? And so you just keep doing this over and over again. Now, here's what I want to bring up to you. All you got to do here is, instead of saving this like a PowerPoint, okay, let me just get this a little bit less here. We'll make that a 40 size so we can see it. Instead of saving this to a PowerPoint, okay, I am going to go up here and see all their tabs up here. I'm going to hit File, Save As, and I'm going to come down here where it says Save As Type, and I'm going to hit the drop down box so that I follow that all the way down to JPEG. Okay, and then I go here at the file name and I call it Vision Board Video, and I hit Save. Well, let's make sure we put this on the right drive. So I'm going to put this, I like to put everything on my external drive, so we're going to put this under my pictures and dreams, goals, and November 27th, and we're going to put it here, Vision Board Video. Okay, so this is going to give me all of the slides. Watch this. I hit the save button. It asks me if I want to do every slide. I want to do every slide. I hit OK, and now when I go to that particular file folder, I'm going to find in my pictures for November 27th under Vision Board Video all of the, see if I can make this bigger for you, all of those slides that were on there. And this is what's going to go on your vision board. Okay, so now all you got to do is you got to take that little, whatever your vision board takes, you know, it's a flash drive or a SD card or a micro SD card or whatever the case is, you load that onto your SD card. And so you would just, you know, literally you take that whole folder and you copy it. You go up here, organize, select all of those files, and you literally move that over to the right drive and the right folder. Okay, and then that's it. That's all you got to do. And you throw that SD card or flash card or whatever the case is into your vision frame, and voila, you have a vision board that's totally for the new century. Cool, huh?
See how easy that was? Awesome, right? I think that this is one of the best little tricks ever. And in my opinion, I think that it's one of those things that everybody should do and have on their desk. Now, in the meantime, one of the things that I do want to share with you is when you're looking at short-term goals versus long-term goals, one of the things that when you're looking at that short-term goal is that you want to really visualize what you want to do with that goal. So when I say that, you know, hopefully that your frame allows you to go slow or fast or whatever the case is. In my opinion, I like it slow because I like to look at that particular slide, close my eyes and think about it a little bit, open my eyes, and then the next one comes out. And the reason I do that in particular is on the short-term goals. I think it's super important to really get all your senses involved. Because those are the things that you're going to start to see and feel and hear all the time. You need to do it on the long-term ones too, but I think this part of it is really, really super duper important, okay? And that is to start to think about all of your senses, involving all of your senses in that visualization exercise, okay? So as you're reading this, hopefully twice a day, you're looking at your vision, and you start to think about the things that you're doing. So for example, I have one that comes up on January 23rd, 2014. And I literally close my eyes and I start to think, okay, as I sit here on January 23rd, 2014, I have my feet sitting over the heater. I can feel the heat coming through. And as I look out onto my, out of my window, I see the squirrel jumping on the tree and the bunnies hopping on the snow. Yeah, bunnies. I actually have bunnies out here all the time. It's like Teletubby land. And so, you know, I literally see all of these things when I envision my goal. And then I say things like, you know, and so I look down at my computer screen, and in my affiliate wallet, I see blank amount of dollars in there by January 23rd, 2014. And as I look at that number, I am amazed at how easy it really was to be able to do that and share this lifestyle with X amount of people. And for my reward, I will be giving myself a massage a week and a spending spree of, I don't know, $1,000. Okay, so the point is that I have the specific goal and I really envision it, I look at it, I really hone it down, and I start to involve all the senses. So I suggest you do that, and hope that it helps you in some way, shape, or form. In fact, I really hope that you take my idea here and put it to action. And if you do, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear how it's helped you in some way, shape, or form, okay? All right, well with that, this is Paula Chess checking out. Hoping you make it a great day. Take your passion and your purpose, turn it into a paycheck. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye now.